Deputy Police Commissioner Shadrack Sibiya has accused his boss, Fannie Masemola, of using him as a scapegoat after the disbandment of the KwaZulu-Natal task team. Sibiya denies disbanding the unit and says written correspondence will prove what really happened. However, National Police Commissioner Fannie Masemola points the finger at Sibiya, accusing him of influencing internal processes that led to the team being shut down. Sibiya was placed on suspension after KZN Police Commissioner Mkhwanazi implicated him in police corruption and interference. Sibiya denies any wrongdoing, and whether or not Shadrack Sibiya is guilty, that's up to the commission to decide. However, today in court, Shadrack Sibiya's lawyers argue that General Masemola placed Sibiya on suspension, which he did not have authority to do so. In other words, they are saying that Masemola allegedly does not hold that power, and they are backing their statement with the book of law. Many things were said today, guys. I tried to keep up, but basically, Sibiya's lawyers further argue that Masemola didn't act in terms of the disciplinary actions, but rather acted directly in terms of the Constitution, thus having breached the principles of subsidiarities and acted without authority. So that's just a summary of what was said in court. I personally want to know whether Sibiya is guilty or not. That's what we care about. We want to know what's in the dockets. But I guess we will have to wait.
In addition to that, I'm going to make 5 other arguments. So we've just been having the introductory skirmish, if I can call it that, about the conceptual framing of the case. And my submission is going to be is that once the court understands that this is a public powers dispute, the case, with all due respect, falls to be decided in my client's favor, Lieutenant General Sibiya. And the reason for that is because the respondent, the National Commissioner of Police, General Masemola, in fact has no defense available to him, both on the facts and the law. The high watermark of why the stay-at-home order is unlawful is because it did not comply with the mandatory disciplinary regulations that applied to such a decision. That's point number 1. Point number 2 is that to the extent that this disciplinary process runs in parallel with the Commission of Inquiry, General Masemola says, well, it's not going to interfere with the Commission's work. What it's going to do is it's going to help the Commission understand the allegations. Well, we'll accept that, but what we would say is that if that's General Masemola's submission, that makes the case as to why the interdict is good. Because in the first instance, in order to help the Commission of Inquiry, it means that the Masemola disciplinary process has to engage with the subject matter of what the Commission is going to deal with. That's the only way it can help. If it's dealing with something else, it's not going to be of help to the Commission. And then what we say is, given the intersect between that parallel process and the Commission, and given that there are questions about General Masemola's independence, his conflict of interest, his mala fides, and so on, that there is no principal reason as to why that parallel process should be allowed to proceed in circumstances where the Commission will do the disciplining in terms of the terms of reference that the President gave to it. Because one of the issues that the President says that the Commission must investigate is whether or not disciplinary measures should be taken against people implicated in those allegations. In other words, on General Mkhwanazi's version, my client, Lieutenant General Sibiya. And that's why the Commission must be allowed to perform its function without interference by the National Commission.
Please do let me know your thoughts in the comments section. Don't forget to like and subscribe.